You feel lost, and that's a good thing. There is always the question of whether we have chosen the right path for our talents or our desires.
All the gossip in the world. Gossiping.
Welcome everyone to
Be The Anomaly.
Anomaly podcast. We're out here in paradise.
Yes. Being the anomaly and not being like everybody else.
This is Kai, and I'm Chop, or D, whichever you prefer.
See. So, what we're going to be talking about today is a very touchy subject for a lot of you, because a lot of you love this topic. But we're going to be talking about it in a very different way. And that is gossip.
Gossip?
Gossip.
What do you mean?
The gossip amongst people, the talking of others, talking about others, the speaking of their situations behind their narrow backs, or their big backs, whichever ones. And then the spreading of that gossip until it is like a whisper of the ear that has changed a billion times.
Are you familiar with the drawing game where you have, let's just say you have like 4 friends and they're lined up in a vertical line, and so they're like this, and one person is the main artist, and they have to draw whatever they're drawing, and the other people, they don't have I want to say they have like a blindfold on or something, or they draw on the person's back. That's what it is. So it'd be a picture of someone drawing on someone's back, and then everyone's basically drawing on each other's backs, and you have to basically you're trying to guess what was being drawn in the first place. So it's like a trickle down effect. And then in the end, obviously, like
it's like a whole different image.
It's a completely different image. So it can be like, they started a smiley face, and then in the end you'll have some wink wonk thing. So,
and I mean, that's pretty much what's going on. It's like, when the hearsay nearsay starts traveling down, the currents of
facts.
Mouth to ear to mouth to ear. It's
things
like
get lost in translation sometimes.
Exactly.
A lot of the times, actually, not just some.
And so our real analogy that we want to paint for you here is that gossip is the new zombie apocalypse. The zombie infection that is destroying your ears and your focus and your attention and your dreams and everything that you want to do in this world is gossip. Because when you're sitting there in your serene place, wherever it is, your safe place, you're just, having a good time in your thoughts, doing whatever is making you feel good, and then somebody opens your door or shoots you a message and it's like, hey man,
guess what I just heard about? Yep.
Yep. That guy, that girl, she. You don't even need to You don't even need to listen to that. You don't even need that in your life. You need to omit that as soon as possible, and especially if you have somebody who is consistently coming around you and opening that gossip door. You should probably reevaluate what's going on there.
Spreading that infection around.
Yes.
That ichor, if you will.
Exactly.
So, I mean, I do have some questions. Do you want to go through some questions? Cool. Okay. We can start here. What does being the anomaly mean in a world that rewards fitting in?
Being the anomaly is truly about embracing and assimilating one's true self. Because when you embrace your true self, you are going to embody the fact that you are a one of one. You are not a replica. You are not the same as everybody else.
Wholeness.
You have your own experience, your own way of solving problems, your own way of creating art, your own way of interacting with people. So everything about being the anomaly has to do with not allowing the crowd to remove you from your real self. I think that's what being the anomaly is about.
That was beautiful,
Mhm.
and I agree wholeheartedly. Being the anomaly is, yes, about embracing your inner one of one and going against the grain, but not just to go against the grain. Going against the grain because it's what feels natural, what feels right to you. Not just, going with the flow. Going with the flow is cool. Like the, divine feminine has its purpose, but you have to know when to go against the grain,
Facts.
be your own person, do your own thing. And yes, I agree.
And that does tie into the fact that like gossip is one of the many tools that I don't know if you've ever read a book called Outwitting the Devil,
Outwitting
but
the devil.
it's by Napoleon Hill. And the basis of it is that the author is interviewing the devil. And the devil is telling the author all the ways that he uses people to mess with other people who are supposed to be doing great things in this world and changing people's lives. One of the main tools that he uses is, guess what it is? Gossip.
Is it gossip?
It's gossip.
Wow, it's gossip.
Like, and he infects others' ears like a parasite with the gossip of another. So as soon as you're getting ready to hit that little threshold, you're in the zone. You're like locked in, as they would say.
Ooh wee.
And then somebody just, pull up. It might even be like, if you're a guy, it might be the baddest one. If you're a woman, it might be your dream man come through, and it's like, hey, you know what I heard about so and so? Nah, they don't even like you like that. They don't even mess with you. Like you're just a little, and now your whole thought process is derailed. Your whole trajectory of where you was about to take your day is now omitted.
Someone else painted a picture for you, and instead of you painting your own picture.
Exactly. That bird flew really close. I don't know if y'all saw that, but I hope you did. Yes, you have to be very, very aware of these things like that, because if not, then life is just going to be pulling you, pushing you, whichever way that it wishes. Like you're a leaf in the wind, and the gossip is the one just removing you in whichever
tossing
direction.
you around, stringing you along. Yeah,
Facts.
for sure. That was good. I like that one. Okay. So if everyone else is gossiping, what would it look like for you to walk away and protect your peace?
So one really good quote that I think embodies this perfectly, or solves this perfectly, is there's a quote that says, there are the people who talk about other people. They usually are the people who don't have very many riches, value, or anything to exchange with other people. Then there's the people who talk about growth, ideas, mindset, empires. How do we build together? That's how you switch the conversation. That's how you go from a conversation that leads to entropy to a conversation that always leads to growth. And that replacing is not easy, especially at first, if you're in the habit of gossiping or you're surrounded by people who gossip. But what should happen, if those people really care about you and are really aligned with your mission and everything, is when you start talking about growth and mindset and what we should be doing to get to the next level of ourselves, then they should be very willing to start doing the same exact thing.
Agreed.
And if not, bye-bye. Like out of here. Like,
you can't be afraid to give someone the axe. Just because, they might be family or they might be a close friend for however long. Like, you have to understand when things outgrow other things. You really have to understand that, because otherwise things can stunt your growth. and can hold you back.
Yep.
So you have to understand, crabs in a barrel and whatnot.
Facts.
So yeah, you have to know when it's time
Yes, sir.
to continue on the great work
Mm.
and not stay in your current surroundings. That was a good one. Would you like to read one? I think it's after you.
Sure. Are you brave enough to build when others waste their time talking? Is a good one.
That's the whole question?
Yep.
Okay. I mean, of course I am. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. Otherwise, I would still be in America, probably. I don't know. I was gonna say trapping, but I'm not a trapper.
You have to hop that ship.
Facts. No, yeah. Otherwise, yeah, I know I wouldn't be here. So, yeah, being brave and banking on yourself is all you really can do. At the end of the day, it's either you're gonna bank on yourself or you're gonna bank on someone else.
Facts.
And usually, when you bank on other people, they don't necessarily always have your best interests at heart, or maybe they might not know the correct way to go about doing whatever it is. Like, they might have just a set path in their head already. Like, it has to be done this way. Everyone doesn't have the same amount of knowledge and things. So with that being in mind, you have to know when you know what's best for you. When you know what's best for you, then you can, take flight. You know when to leave the nest and to test your wings.
Facts.
So that's what I'll say to that.
For me, it's similar. It's almost like a thing of, if you really want your dreams to come true, you almost have to be ready for other people to not be on your level. Like, you have to expect it, basically. And
Agreed.
to the point where when you do find somebody that is like operating on your level, you're like, wow, okay, cool. Well, that's awesome. But if you have the expectation that other people are gonna just be on your weight, nah, you're gonna have a lot of disappointment. You're gonna have a lot of disappointment with that, because
Facts.
a lot of people will say many, many things, just like the gossip. And then when them actions start to come in place, they're on a totally different vibration and
Unknown
trajectory.
caller.
Exactly. Exactly. So it's like, you really got to be vigilant of that. But the thing is if you're not expecting other people to be on your wave already, you're just going to observe them non-judgmentally. And that's the key. Even if people are gossiping, even if people are not on your wave, it's not your job to belittle or pedestal yourself up. Like, oh, I'm a non-gossiper, so I'm better. No. Like, just think that that person is on their own trajectory of healing and wholeness and becoming the best version of themselves. So
Exactly.
they need their time. They need their time.